converting images using the new Image Effects plugin for Adobe UXP. That's the new Adobe compatible plugin format. Is extremely simple. Much like our original Image Effects plugin, it's a very simple interface. So let's jump into it straight away. Go to the plugins menu, ColorLogic, Image Effects. So the main difference is it's a plugin now, not an extension. So plugin, ColorLogic, Image Effects. And when you open that up, you'll now see we actually have two different buttons, whereas the older plugin only had one button. So first of all, the same system works here. It doesn't matter if I've got an image with layers, it doesn't matter if it's RGB or LAB or grayscale. It's going to basically convert our image for us, and it's basically a very simple process. So press the button, it takes into account all of the different pixels on the image and creates that metallic separation for us. So at the moment I'm looking at this in a grayscale mode inside Photoshop, so I'm just going to change my Photoshop settings over, and this is a Photoshop setting, it's nothing to do with ColorLogic. So settings, go to interface, and then down here where you've got show channels in color, we can now see what the channels or the actual separation would look like. So just switch off and switch back on. Okay, so what we're looking at there is basically the metallic separation that's been created for the ColorLogic system. So obviously you would do some more extra work later on, so pay attention to our other tutorial videos on how to enhance this further. But let's just explain what we're doing here. So with the ColorLogic system, you create one separation, and that can be output for either silver ink or toner, or it can also be output for white ink and toner without having to change the file. So let me just explain what we're seeing here. So on the screen, this silver area is going to be the silver ink or the toner, and the white area is the white paper that we print onto. Now if I send this down to the RIP or a DFE using the ColorLogic workflow with our partner RIPs that basically have created the workflow with us to handle the ColorLogic separation, it will then reprocess that file, so basically the white area will print white ink, and the silver area here would then be the silver substrate. And that means one file can go out. So when we're designing now, what you're seeing on the screen, you actually see the metallic area. So never have to make a white ink separation again. None of this nonsense about generating, you know, a white color as a spot color and coloring it blue, and then you can't see your design correctly. You can now see the color correct on your screen. Where it's silver, that is the metallic. Now I'm just going to switch off my preferences again, the interface for the color system. Just want to basically go back to grayscale mode, because basically what we're looking at here, the darkest area, like these black areas in the veins in the lightning, that will be 100% metallic. So black is 100%, white is 0%. So you can see here that in the bodywork of this car, it's not 100% metallic. So if it's not 100% metallic, you don't get 100% of the metallic effect coming through from the ink or from the substrate. So what we've got now, we've got a boost button. Now before we said to people you can use levels, so you can manually adjust it, and sliders, etc. But this new feature that we have is a boost, and all we're going to do is press that, and it's going to boost up the image 25%. Every time you do it, it's going to boost it up another 25% based on what the channel is at the moment. So I can keep going and I keep adding more boost to my design and add more metallic into it across the entire separation. So it's a quick way of being able to enhance your separation. If you think you've gone too far, like this image here, I've gone a little bit too far, just undo. So Command Z or Control Z on a PC, and you can go back a few steps, or maybe you want to go and add a couple more back in. Yeah, that one's fine. So once I've done it and I've got my file the way I want it, then I go on to the next step and basically decide if I want to enhance it further. So that's the basics behind how the ColorLogic Image Effects plugin works. It's the new UXP compatible plugin. If you have any questions, do contact us at support@color-logic.com.